Hello family, welcome back to my channel. For those of you who are new here, my name is Ketelwa. Welcome to our beautiful family. And please like, comment and subscribe to my channel, and also hit the notification bell so you're the first person to know when the next video is out. And for those of you who are returning subscribers, welcome back. It's a brand new year, it's a brand new everything. I hope everything you have planned and are manifesting for the year comes to life. And I hope that everything goes well for you and your loved ones. So this video is just a quick Q&A on motherhood and pregnancy. And this is from some questions that some people have asked through Instagram and Facebook. And so I'll just be answering your questions with regards to that. And then just a quick update, we are doing well. Oh, for those of you who are not yet aware of the fact that we are expecting a baby, well, we are. And we are very excited about that. And just a quick update, we're doing very well. Baby's doing well, baby's growing, I'm growing, getting heavier. Everything is swollen, everything is hot. So that's the beauty of being pregnant in summer. But overall, health-wise, mentally, and otherwise, I'm doing well. Work is going great, the family is doing great, and yeah, so I look forward to everything that will be happening throughout the year. I'm excited, and yeah, so let's get into the questions. So the first question is, how are you feeling? It's a combination of emotions. I think I am scared, nervous, excited, happy, angry. It's a whole lot of emotions, but I think what I experience daily is excitement and happiness. Of course, there will be moments of anger because, like, first of all, I wasn't expecting to be pregnant so soon after umabulu, and I don't know if 2 years is soon, because I still thought maybe 5 to 10 years, but nonetheless, I am happy. I am excited, even though I feel like God did me dirty timing wise. But it takes nothing away from the blessing of expecting a baby, and I'm excited and happy about that. Are you expecting a girl or a boy? This is a tough one to answer because I actually swore that I would never say before the baby arrives. But I think if you stay tuned to the next couple of videos, you will see whether it's a girl or a boy. And I don't know why I don't know if it's normal to want to be secretive about things like that. Well, I don't know if it's secretive or maybe sacred. It's a sacred thing. But with the next few videos, you'll be able to tell whether it's a girl or a boy. How to avoid gaining unnecessary weight? I think this is dependent on the kind of person you are, and also perhaps maybe with what you discuss with your doctor, because for myself, I've never been a person who keeps track of how much I weigh. I've never done anything to lose weight drastically. And I think it's because my weight has been consistent throughout my life. So before pregnancy, it's always been around 58 to 60 kgs. And now I'm only approaching 70 kgs. So I don't know what is unnecessary weight, because I think all that weight you accumulate is essentially the baby's weight inside of you, with a few extra for you to be able to handle having the baby inside of you. Like, at least that's how I understand it. So I don't know what can be done or not done to avoid unnecessary weight. But I also think that you just need to eat well, because obviously the baby feeds off of what you eat. So if you eat well, I guess you won't have a lot of problems. And I do believe that also it's up to your genes what really happens weight wise. So perhaps it's a conversation that you can have with your doctor or someone who knows all about those things. But for myself, I really don't know. I eat what I eat, I drink what I drink, and if I'm craving a chocolate, I have it. If I'm craving iguinya, I have it. If I'm craving a carrot, I eat that. So it's entirely dependent on you as a person, I think. What is the best part for you? I think it's two things. When the kids come close and they feel the baby, and then it's how they react when the baby kicks, and they always jump in excitement or laugh, and then start poking and see where else the kicks will happen. It's such a priceless moment for me, because I don't know if they realize, but it's such a huge deal for them to be so excited about having another sibling. And another favorite part for me is also when I experience the kicks without anyone else around. Like, I don't know, it's so personal. It's like our time. Hey, buddy, I can see you. I can feel you, you know. I think for me, those are my favorite parts. And also when I'm with my husband, literally, if the baby has been still for some hours, as soon as he touches my belly, the baby kicks. So I'm like, oh, baba yavana. They already have a thing happening. What's it called? Bane connection. So I think overall, that's my favorite part, when baby is kicking and we can feel, we can see, and everybody gets to be a part of that entire process. I just think it's priceless. Is the second time easier? Are you more at ease and kind of know what to expect? I don't know if it's easier, because it's completely different altogether. And I think I'll answer this one together with another question, which is, how different is your first to your second pregnancy? So perhaps I must answer that one first. Firstly, I was never a moody person. I was extremely big. I think towards the time I gave birth, my weight was around 75 kgs, which is huge. Like, I was very, very lazy. The only reason I ended up taking walks and exercising was because of my sisters and brothers, because they would literally be like, let's go, sissy, let's go. But I was very huge weight-wise. I was heavy. It was bad. Like, I just felt like I wasn't so light, and not that I wasn't excited, but everything just felt like a chore because I was just so heavy. And even with pictures, when I look at myself, I'm like, how did all that happen, you know? But weight-wise, I was bigger. I was swollen literally everywhere. My neck was black. What else? But I ate well. The other thing was that I spent the first 2 trimesters by myself, and then it was only the third trimester that I was with family. And that was because of COVID and all of that, and the restrictions and all of that stuff. Even with doctor's visits, I could only go there by myself without having someone accompany me. Whereas now with the second pregnancy, I'm around family literally every day. I am much smaller, even though there's no real difference in how much food I have been consuming now in comparison to the first pregnancy. And then, yeah, so the second time is easier to a certain extent because I think with a little bit of experience that I have, I know what to expect, even though the two pregnancies are completely different. I don't have any food aversions. I don't have hectic cravings, but very similar, but also very, very different in terms of how I was feeling. And I think how I've felt with the first one, I was excited, but more scared because it felt a little bit isolating to always have to do things by yourself and to go to the visits alone. Everything was just so isolated with the first pregnancy, but with this one, there's so many people around, and so I feel their support and love much, much more than the first one. Is your son taking any follow-up formula? So we decided around September last year to stop giving my son formula, and that's because he was gaining quite a lot of weight, and both the sister at the travel clinic and his pediatrician was like, there's really no need for us to continue because he's not a sickly baby, he eats well. So we decided to stop. So he was using lactogen, so we used that for the first year, and then there was a follow-up formula from the same brand. We used that, and then we started to introduce, what's it called, is it Nido? And then he also liked that, but his weight was just getting quite a lot, and so we decided to cut it, and we now give him one bottle, the equivalent of a cup to 2 cups of milk a day. But that's also dependent on his mood. So sometimes he will not take it, which is great. And because now he's starting to sleep through the night, there's no need to give him extra bottles of milk when he's sleeping. So we just make sure that there's water and tea for him to drink overnight. But I'm hoping that over the next few months, he is completely off of milk altogether, that he can drink it during the day. How do you measure your success as a mother? You guys, yazi. Honestly, I think this goes hand in hand with what I usually pray for, that we make sure that our kids are well taken care of, that we respect them. You know, we usually want to impose ourselves on our kids, and it's something I'm always praying about, that we let them be kids, we let them be, because every day is an opportunity to get to know umntana wako. And it's such a pleasant experience when you look at it from that point of view of getting to know someone, because this person will forever be in your life and they will always be a part of you as well. So getting to know them, nurturing them, guiding them, and ensuring that you are a safe space for them, that you love them, because what they see is what they do. And I guess for me, measuring success as a mom is a daily thing, where, and it's for different things. Sometimes it's like when our one son started potty training, and then he's now going to the loo by himself, you know, that's success. Like, we are all a part of that entire process. When they start to eat kokwabo without any assistance, when the girls start helping out around the house, cleaning, making their beds, all those things, because essentially you want to raise a worldly citizen of umdu. You don't want to raise umdu who will not be able to function independently in the world, you know? So I think those are the kind of things that I personally use to measure success, and also just to make sure that you are raising a healthy and happy and well-balanced child, because there's things that we also like to ignore. And once we pay attention to your child as being human instead of something that you own or have authority over, the process becomes so much easier to be able to say, I am successful at this as a parent, or and it also allows you to have room to acknowledge that in some areas you have challenges and you have struggles, and that lets you to be able to open up to a spouse, a friend, or another mom who is able to help you with things like that. So it's not just one thing that I can say I use to measure success as a parent, but it's a combination of things that ultimately come together at the end. Next question. What did your parents teach you about parenting? I don't know if it was... actually, this is a little bit difficult to answer because my mom and dad have shown... No, let me correct myself there. My mothers and my dad have shown me that there are different aspects of parenting. Okay? And when we grew up, let me start with my dad. Like when we grew up, it was, well, the relationship we had with him was that he's a dad, he must provide, and he must do everything that he can do to do that. Whereas our mom was more involved and literally would show us things and tell us things that as we grow, this is what will happen. And then I'm also experiencing a different aspect of parenting with our other mom. What did your parents teach you about parenting? Okay, so lots of things, but these few things sort of stand out for me. That parenting is a lifelong commitment. There's no tapping out to say andizi or I'm off for the next few days. It's literally a commitment you make every day that you will show up for your kids. It's also committing to being a better person for yourself and for your children. It's also about acknowledging that you are not perfect, you will make mistakes, and hopefully correct those mistakes. Be a soft landing for umntana wakho. Be a soft landing in moments of distress, in moments of confusion, in moments where you are facing challenges, in moments where you are celebrating umntana. You know, you need to be a soft landing for your child, regardless of whether they are in trouble or not. They must trust that even in the way you discipline them, that they can later come back to you as a soft landing, because you will have moments where you need to discipline umntana. You will have moments where you need to correct izinto abazenzayo because you're trying to raise umntana in such a way that they are better people that will be able to function in the real world, you know. I've also learned that parenting is not a one-size-fits-all. What works with one child might not work with the next. And so you need to be open to the fact that your child's character and their personality would need a certain kind of way for you to be able to relate to them. And spending as much time with your kids to get to know them enables you to become a better parent, You you need to be open to learning from other people. And it's not to say you cannot learn from someone who is not a parent. You can learn literally from everyone. You can learn from your kids in terms of how to become a better parent or how to deal with things that you face as a parent as well. So there's so many things, and now that I'm thinking about this, like so many incidents and and things that have happened in our childhood and when we were growing up, that essentially show up, be present, and you just need to be present at all times, commit, and to overall just enjoy the experience. Because, well, as ixesha lihamba, the kids grow and they will be independent and live their own lives outside of you. So those are just some of the things that I've learned from my parents. And I've saved this question for last because I guess it's sort of, it brings together what motherhood is all about for me. So the question is, what has been the hardest period of motherhood for you, and how did you deal with it? Two things that I will talk about. The first one is that transition from moving from the hospital with the baby into your home, and those first 3 to 4 months. I say this because for me as a first-time mom, there were just so many things that I didn't have knowledge on, I didn't have a clue about, and it made me feel so insecure as a mom. It made me feel useless as a person. It made me feel like I am not good enough, and it just made me feel as though I'm alone and no one can understand what I'm going through. From that moment of being shown how to change a nappy in hospital, how to hold the baby when feeding, how to wipe the baby down, things like that. Those things now, when I look back, I'm like, I was just really inexperienced, and it's possibly something that happens to a lot of new moms. And that particular period and moving into the home space where we had a nanny, my husband was here, we had our parents, and it was such a difficult process for me because I wanted to be involved in everything. I wanted to be there when baby is being washed. I wanted to be there when he's being clothed, when he's being fed, when he's sleeping. I want to be there. And then there's the anxiety of, is he still breathing? Am I not going to smother him when he's sleeping? All those things caused such a huge, I don't know how to explain it, but a huge cloud of insecurity in me. And I would just cry and I would just be so frustrated. And the bulk of my frustration was coming from the point that, why does everyone know what to do and when to do it? And when I try to do something, the baby doesn't even respond, And it took a few conversations with my husband, a few conversations with some friends, my sisters, and with our parents as well, to say, I'm struggling. I literally had to tell my husband that I am struggling with this. I don't know what to do. I need help, and I am not sleeping well. That is how I dealt with it. I literally had to open my mouth and be like, yabole, ingapha kwam. And it was such a, how do you say, it was such a relieving moment for me to actually acknowledge that I don't know what I'm doing, and I don't have to know what I'm doing. And that there is a whole community of people around me who know what to do. and that I should include them in this entire process. So for motherhood, for me, that was the biggest shocker. That was the biggest thing that was the first big stumbling block I came across those first 3 months. And then the second one is we have a blended family. And so with being a parent to 4 children has been such a rewarding experience, and also possibly one of the toughest things ever, because you learn so much about yourself. You need to learn about your children. You need to learn their temperaments. You need to learn their personalities. You need to learn how they are when they're upset, how they are when they're happy, how to reach out to them, how to be an open and a safe space for them. And so every day it takes a lot of work, a lot of internal work as well, to not internalize everything, and to work as best as possible to ensure that you are a fair parent to all of them, that no one feels like you are not paying attention to them. And that's why for me, spending time with my children is so important, because you want them to feel your presence. You want them to be able to come to you for the most trivial things, even for into as serious, So for me, it's just trying to be a mom to all of them, and to be fair, like across the board with everything, to respect, to love, to care for them. And because their personalities and the way they behave is so different, you sort of need to embrace all of it. And it's a huge challenge, because you want umntana to be free and to be safe in your space. And so those are the sort of things that I challenge, or I experience daily. And so those are the sort of things that I experience daily, and I am learning, I am growing. I have a lot of these conversations with my husband as well, that, parenting is not easy. It's a gamble, like anything could happen, but overall, I am enjoying motherhood. I always have things to laugh about. I always have things that I'm being told about. Like, for example, we'll just be watching TV, and then one of the girls say, "Mama, can I tell you something?" I'm like, "Yeah, sure." And then it will be a long story about something so unexpected. I didn't hear half of what you're saying, so let's repeat it so that now I'm just or sathi sihleli nje, and then ubekho umuntu ozathi, "Mommy, can I give you a hug?" Or, "Can I rub your feet? Can I play with your hair?" It's things like that that I enjoy. And even with the boys, when I hear them laughing, when I hear them like play fake punching each other, like, it is such a lovely experience to see them bevana, and for me, it brings me so much happiness. So those are the things that I enjoy about motherhood and being a parent. And I'd like to hear from you guys, what sort of things are you dealing with? Any challenges, any milestones in the comments? And thank you so much for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe to my channel, and hit the notification bell so you're the first person to know when the next video is out. And until the next video is out, goodbye.